All right, this is video number 2, February 2nd, 2023. We're going to take a look at the map here. We'll bring up our Garmin's. And we're just going to talk about a little bit of what we're looking for as far as channel swings, secondary points, ditches, ravines, and basically what we're talking about. So I'll just go over here to any creek here on Lake of the Ozarks. We'll pull up this one right here. This will work pretty good. You can see this is Little Kinchlow Hollow Cove. So that's over there about the 4-mile marker, if you want to look at it on your own map. But you can see here, you got the main river channel coming right over here. It comes right across this creek. And then you got a creek channel, as you can see it coming through over here. So you see that dotted blue lines there? That's your creek channel coming off your main river channel. So, and you can see how it winds around through this creek. It comes right along here and along here. So as this comes along like this, comes down through the center, and then it comes over right here, you can see how it's coming over close to this secondary point. We're going to call this a secondary right here. And that channel is coming over right here. You see how it's swinging close to this bank? This is your prime place right there. And then right here, the deep side, and then the shallow side of your creek. So look for these little channel swings. This is a perfect example of a channel swing. It comes down through the center, it swings over towards the bank, and then it swings away, okay? And you can see your contour lines, how tight they get right here. All these are real tight, and you can see it starts fanning out right here. These are your prime spots for this time of year, because these fish live on this steep stuff. And then when they're ready to feed, they'll slide up here. They'll come up here and feed a little bit, and they come right back to that deep water. If it's windy, maybe a windy, breezy day, they'll pull out here. Maybe the little bit of current kicked up, or maybe they're dropping the water. Them fish will come over here to this point, this secondary point, and they load up on this point. So you got your steep water. You got this little ridge coming out. You can see your contour lines. You got the channel swing coming in. Everything's perfect right here. These fish will live here from, late December through March. So that's just a perfect example. Now, like the crappie today, we're fishing something similar to this. Like, see, these are ditches, okay? These are ditches, drains. They might be called ditches. They come down from the bank. They come out here. They come over here, and they come down through, okay? And them fish they'll get right in the center of these ditches or these drains here. And them crappie, they'll get like right here. Perfect example, just right here. You got this big dock here, kind of on a secondary point. And them fish will get underneath them docks. But some days they'll come out and they'll just suspend out here. For whatever reason, the shad will do the exact same thing. Now today they pulled, like I said, a little bit of current this morning. It was bright, sunny, a little breeze. Them fish, shad and stuff, they'll come out and they'll lay right in the bottom of these ditches. And them crappie will get right above them, suspend. Bass will suspend around them. Catfish will suspend around them. Everything's about the shad right now, because most of the crawfish are pretty dormant. They're under these rocks. They still will come out, and definitely bass will just soon have a crawfish than a shad. But, the shad are out moving around, going to be a little easier. So just keep in mind, this is a perfect example. This is, like I said, Little Kinchlow. Little Kinchlow Hollow Cove. So take a look at that on your maps, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There's 92 miles of these creeks and rivers and docks, ditches. This entire lake is the exact same. You can go anywhere on the lake and do that, duplicate that. So you can look at this. I'll zoom this out. Okay, so these are main lake points here, main lake point there. Okay, then we got a big rounded secondary point, and then you come back in here, you got a little sharper secondary here. These are them shoulders I always talk about. Kind of, they come in, I call it a shoulder. Them fish like to get on those. You know, these little shoulders here, and this little ditch, there's a ditch here. Them fish will come up on these shoulders. Channel swing, swings in towards the bank. That's what that means when you say channel swing. You know, and you can see how this just goes on down all the way to the back. Major feeder creek coming back there. So this is a creek. You can come in this creek and stay in there all day long. So just see if, hopefully that helps. You know, you can go to any creek. Let's just go down here. This is another one. This isn't really a creek. You can see there's no feeder creek running down this one compared to like a Little Kinchlow. But you can look at this and read these contour lines. A pocket, I would call this more of a cove than a pocket, but this is a pretty good cove. And you can see the main river channel comes on this point, swings over to this point. So this whole cove here is, you know, fish will come out of that main channel and come in here. You got a really nice long ridge coming out here. You can see it. You know, you see them contour lines, deep hole here, deep here, deep here. Big secondary, long sweeping secondary point there. Almost like a channel. I would pretty much kind of call this a little channel bank. As you come back in here, this side's a little further apart. This a little tighter right here. Not so much, but you can come all the way in the back and fish this as a big secondary point. Sometimes you hear us call like a splitter point. I would call this a splitter point. It splits two sides of a cove or two sides of a creek. You got one arm here, you got one arm here. A big splitter point. A lot of times all these fish that lived here in the fall here, they all will kind of congregate out on this point here. So that's I mean, it's pretty simple in the winter. That's what you're looking for. You know, we could go through this whole lake, any of these creeks, and you know, we'll just find another one. Here's this is Racetrack back here. Racetrack is a big creek. You can see it's got several feeder creeks in it. Here's feeder creek here, big feeder creek running back here. Perfect example here. Main lake here. You come back, you got big splitter point. You're coming down. Okay, now talk about a channel swing right here. Here, that creek channel coming down the center, and look at it right here. It runs right up next to the bank right here. This is a really good channel swing example right here. So you got about 8 docks here. That channel swings right up next to it. So, you know, them fish will get like right here where it comes into it, or maybe here where it comes out, or if it's cold, real cold snap, or you know, just security of deep channel swing water, it'd be right here, this little section here. You know, good place to throw Alabama rig would be like start here and throw along all this little channel swing right here in between them docks, alongside them docks, stick bait between them, jigs between them. You know, you can just see how it comes right over close to the bank here. So that's exactly what we're talking about, channel swing there. You got another little feeder creek over here. You can see how it comes over here and just swings just a little bitty subtle. Little comes right here, just a little bump here. You can see these contour lines are real steep here compared to over here. These are real, so this is big flat and this is steep here. So that's what you're looking for this time of year, to really, you know, try to fish the most productive water you can, you know, in the wintertime. Here you got a major, you know, big kind of, I'm going to call this a splitter point here. A big splitter point here. Real steep water here. You know, the fish can, if it's windy, shad move out because of current, dropping water or something, they might pull out to this point, and then bass are going to pull right out here too. You know, You can look at your map, which direction the wind's blowing. The wind will come down this arm quite often, so it comes right in and crashes against that point. Really productive point there. So you got the same deal. This whole creek here, you got several shoulders, ditches here. These are ditches, ravines, gullies, whatever you want to call them. That water's going to be deeper, right down through the center. Them fish will lay in the center there and move up to the bank when they're ready to feed. So hopefully that helps. Come down, give it a shot, and good luck.